Good morning, students. Our next topic in today's class is about external barriers. Now, all of you just see, external barriers occur due to the factors we have no control over and outside our body and mind. Means the factors for which we are not having any control over our body and our mind. Over our body and mind means in our mind we are not having any control. For example, like noise, different time zones and distances. Faulty communication equipments. Faulty communication equipments means the equipments which we use in our communications, they are improper, or technologies. Then physical disabilities and physical barriers preventing us from observing non-verbal communication are some of the causes for this type of barrier. It is a general experience that while you are talking on a cell phone, whenever we are talking to someone on a mobile, and what happens, children, when the signal is very weak, it is becoming very difficult for us to hear, and whatever your friend is trying to say, the person with whom you are trying to talk is also not able to speak properly, or you are not able to hear properly because of the poor signal. So these type of barriers are called external barriers. Then next is noise and other distractions. These prevent the message from being heard correctly. Whenever any message is conveyed and if it is not heard correctly, one may miss an important part of the communication and misunderstand due to these barriers. Then physical barriers between communicators. Technological problems with equipment used for communication is a physical barrier. For example, weak signals, just now I told you, on a mobile phone, or a faulty handset. Suppose if your handset is also not good, means it is in a poor condition. It may prevent proper contact, means अगर आपका handset सही नहीं है, तो you are not able to see the names of the persons in your contact list. Because of that also a barrier will come and cause dissatisfaction and irritation among the people communicating. Additionally, the distance between the sender and the receiver or different time zones can also create problems in communication. Next is physical disabilities. ये सारे चीज़ें we are talking about external barriers on children. Disabilities such as hearing problems or speech difficulties can become a barrier to communication. Then physical barriers to non-verbal communications. Just now we saw physical barriers to verbal communication, now to non-verbal communication. You cannot see the non-verbal gestures. As you all know now, what is the meaning of non-verbal? So in non-verbal, you are not able to see the gestures, postures and general body language when you are making phone calls. Suppose when I am talking to with anyone on phone call, so you are not able, जैसे अभी मैं action कर रही हूँ, can you see my pen moving from this to this side? Means I am making a gesture. So what happens? You cannot see the non-verbal gestures. Posture means you don't know now I am sitting in which position, and general body language when you are making phone calls. इसी तरह अगर आप phone call पे किसी से phone पे बातें कर रहे हो तो आप अपनी body movement या gestures नहीं दिखा पाते. और sending the text messages means या तो आप WhatsApp पे किसी को मैसेज कर रहे हो या फिर आप फोन पे बातें कर रहे हो. Hence they are less effective than face to face communication. Best example is this teaching children. I can understand you are not able to see me. I can also understand that you people, what happens with you people, you all are not watching the videos properly. What happens when the video comes to your group? What you people do? Array, leave it, now we will see afterwards, it is too big, we will see afterwards. On the contrary, the same chapter which I am teaching you right now, if I would have taught you face to face in the classroom, अगर मैंने आपको ये पढ़ाया होता, I am 100% sure that all of my students would have been able to understand it very well. You would not have faced any difficulty after going home and reading the chapter, as well as you would have answered my questions correctly. Am I correct or not? Just say yes or no if you agree with me. In my personal WhatsApp number, tell me. Now because children, we are helpless, we can't do anything. In this pandemic situation, if our school was opened, then what would have happened? Just imagine in your mind. If the school is not closed, then only we are safe at home. Even you people are safe, even I am safe. On the contrary, if the classes would have run and with such a worst condition going around our place, then we all would have been in a definitely bad situation. So it is good. You think that it is good that at least you people are safe at home. Yeah, I know it is very difficult to study from the mobile phone, and the same chapter when I am giving you the video, it is very means you people really feel very boring to open the video and to concentrate for 15 to 20 minutes for one particular subject, putting the headphone on your ears, sitting continuously concentrating on the chapter. I know it's very difficult. On the contrary, if you get up ready from your home, take a bath, wear a school uniform, and you come to school, you sit there for 6 to 7 hours meeting your friends, talking with your friends, meeting your teachers, and simultaneously you are studying also on the same hand. So that would have made a very good impact on your studies. I can totally understand, because even we are facing the same problem. To teach from home, it is much better to teach you all in the school. I can totally understand. So we all are facing the problem. The only thing is that we should be thankful that we are safe at home. At home also, if online classes is going on, it means I am safe, I am good, that I am able to take the class. All the teachers are able to take the class. So you should be blessed. So please take the advantage of this moment. Don't be very lazy when the classes begin. Most of you I know must be sleeping during the time. You people think, okay, we will watch the video later on. So you are not able to see me face to face. So my point is, if the same chapters, not only me, all the teachers, if they would have taught the same topics to you in the classroom, it would have been very easy for you to understand also, right? And you would have done it daily basis. Means school to aap daily aate hi na, so you would have completed the chapter. So this is the problem now you people are facing. I hope you are getting me. You are facing the problem of physical barrier to non-verbal communication. Getting it, children? So hence they are less effective than face-to-face communication. So I can totally understand your problem, that these type of video classes which are going are very much less effective to you as compared to the classroom teaching. But please don't ignore this, because in this pandemic situation, since last year we are facing this, but we cannot ignore our studies. Let this virus come and go, but we have to prove that we are well versed with our learning. Means it should not happen that pandemic is gone for 2 years and for totally 2 years आप लोग behind रह जाओगे. No, don't you make yourself behind. Be in touch with your learning, because learning is really very much beneficial. If not today, if tomorrow. So please, I know this kind of barrier you people are facing. That's why I related this example to you. So let me come back to this topic. These barriers keep the message from getting through. One needs to find ways to overcome these barriers. Now you have to find some ways to overcome such type of barriers. Let us know about the measures that can be taken to overcome these barriers in the next topic. Now see, the next topic is what? Measures to overcome the barriers of communication. अब जो difficulties आती है communication में, उसको कैसे overcome करना है? So barriers become a root cause for many problems, as they can hamper productive and effective communication. Now, you all know, you agreed with me that this is a barrier that you are not able to learn quickly, but it should not affect your productive and effective communication. So barriers become a root cause for many problems because they can hamper our productive and effective communication. This might lead to poor relationships, loss of trust, misunderstanding, wastage of time and energy, and other such undesirable outcomes. It is essential to overcome these barriers to ensure smooth and effective communication. So you have to overcome all these barriers for a proper and effective communication. Now measures overcoming barriers related to the formation of the message. To overcome the barriers formed due to problems with the formation of the message, one should ensure proper encoding of the message being conveyed before it is sent. Some of these are: keep it simple, means the message should be what? Simple. Messages should be simple and appropriate to serve the purpose of communication. Communication must be clear and precise to ensure better understanding. One must avoid using complicated terminology during a discussion. As I told you, no, the communication should be what? It should be very simple, and you should try to avoid complicated terminology. Means You should not use such difficult words that the group or the audience is not able to understand. Then using correct language. By using the appropriate language, the sender can ensure that the receiver correctly interprets the meaning of the message being conveyed. We could use interpreters and translators or digital language translators when it comes to communicating in unknown or lesser known languages. Next is using appropriate body language. You have to see the sender should use correct gestures, facial expressions, and body postures while talking. Whenever you are talking, you see when the person who is communicating, he has to use what? Correct posture, as well as his facial expression also and body posture should be proper. The receiver should use non-verbal signs which include smiling, making eye contact. Receiver means the person who is listening. Okay, so they should include what? Smiling, making an eye contact, nodding at appropriate times, and avoiding the distractions. These non-verbal cues convey the message that you are interested in what the speaker has to say and that your attention is fully invested. Next topic is overcoming internal barriers. Now, how to overcome these internal barriers? Internal barriers are caused due to one's state of mind and some inbuilt characteristics or personality. Hence, one has to make conscious effort to overcome them. So, you have to overcome those. Okay, it is still big. So students, I will leave the chapter till here only. Now in my next video, you will find the discussion. We will discuss this topic from be sensitive and be empathetic. Till then, please read the chapter. Thank you, goodbye, and take care of yourself, and thanks for watching.